Hello. It's 7:45. I realize that is a lot later than I had posted. I apologize. I took my son to his orientation and we got way off track with time. So, I am here now and I'm posting the link in the comments of your PDF to download. It is there. So today is day 4, fueling your workouts, carbs, strength training, and fat loss. Now this is definitely one area where I can really go off track, so I'm going to try to stick to the written out form that I did. We're only talking about strength training. We're not talking about cardio. We're not talking about flexibility. Those are also fitness things, but we're specifically talking about strength training because of the detriment of not having enough muscle mass has on our entire health, okay? Muscle mass not only can help prevent type 2 diabetes, it's what was meant to be in our body so that sugar can be stored in. It also emits healthier hormones that helps our body process proper. It is also a bank account for your immune system, okay? If you've ever wondered why people who get a real serious illness or even a terminal illness, they begin to look wasted away, that is because the muscle tissue gets eaten first. It is expensive to keep muscle on your body. And what do I mean by expensive? Expensive meaning you have to eat calories to support any muscle mass you have on your body, okay? So, for example, if you are a 240-pound female who actually has a lot of lean mass on you and you're eating 12 to 1,500 calories a day, you're going to lose muscle mass. That's just the way it is. It costs more calories to keep muscle mass on your body than it does to keep body fat. So your body will stay at the 240 pounds because it's what you seem to be comfortable at if you're not working at it, but it will let the muscle mass go because you're not feeding it enough. But you can have a bunch of fat on the body and survive on the 12 to 1,500 calories at that weight. Okay, so I don't even beat around the bush with that subject anymore. It's just a fact. Okay, so day 4, strength training has been around for even longer than I thought. So some people say way back to the Greeks. Okay, but for sure since the 19th century, our kind of strength training has been around since the 19th century. I believe that's about when they said it was first entered into the Olympics, okay, with track and field. But as the years have progressed, we Americans, our habits have become less physically engaged, and we have come to struggle with a healthy body composition, okay? And body composition is, and this is in the fitness world how we talk about it, it's your body fat, your skeletal muscle, and everything else, okay? We know that a body performs much better when it has its fair amount of muscle, skeletal muscle mass, okay, on the body. We have lost considerable amounts of that muscle tissue, and we have gained considerable amounts of fat tissue. What we do know is that when the human body has a fair amount of muscle tissue, it does perform better, it's healthier, and it is more efficient in all that it does. The organs also perform better when we have more muscle mass on the body, okay? This is what we know. As females, we are already behind our male counterparts because they always have more lean muscle tissue. Okay, I won't say always, but in general, men have more lean muscle tissue than females, and that's the way it was meant to be, okay? We were meant to carry babies, which means we need more fat on us to be able to support all of the hormonal things that we go through, okay? As postmenopausal females, we'll all again put into another category of a higher need of muscle tissue. Once we stop having that flow of estrogen is what helps keep our bones healthy and our muscle tissue. I mean, it just makes everything stay around better. But once we lose that flow of estrogen, all of a sudden our body wants to feel like it falls apart, but there are things we can do to help that, okay? And the biggest thing that we can do is make muscle. So once you've passed 30, if you are not making muscle, you are losing muscle, because sarcopenia is unavoidable. As a human species, we naturally begin to degenerate our muscle tissue after 30 if we are not purposefully keeping it, or making more. Okay? So we need to strength train. All right? We need to strength train. That does not mean you have to go to the gym and lift weights. But we need to strength train, whether it's in the gym, at home, or on a farm, or at a construction site, okay? We need to perform activities that will help maintain and build our lean muscle mass, all right? I should probably check and see. All right. Okay, so on page 2, I put some notes on there, and here's where I'm just going to kind of talk off the cuff. I want to make this super simple because you do not have to go to a gym. I wish our world was back in the day where we're all working outside around our houses and on the farms and being physically active like that. It's my favorite. Climbing hills, running in the fields, searching through the woods, those kinds of things I think are fun. If you divide the body up between upper and lower, okay, you can know that everything you do is going to be a push or a pull or a lift. Okay? Push, pull, or lift. Everything is a push, pull, or lift with your legs. Okay? Everything is. I have twist and bend down there because if you really want to get technical, we really should be good at twisting and bending. Okay? But push, pull, lift, upper and lower. Okay? If you work on those parts of the body in those sections, you will function well, okay? So one of the instructions I gave last night was to go pick up a salt bag, squat, proper squat form. As you grab onto it and you pick it up and stand up tall, that is a lift. It's also a push with legs, okay? But it's a lift. You're using back and bicep. Do that 5 to 10 times and then maybe do it another 1 or 2 times a day, okay? If there is something big, for example, I recently was pushing my dresser around my room to a different spot. You get down in there and you start pushing that thing around. You're using your legs and you are also using your chest and triceps. You're getting a very well-rounded body workout by doing push, pull, and lift. Okay, keep it simple for now. If you want to get more detailed, you can get a hold of me and I will make sure you have all that you need to know. But adding muscle tissue to the body promotes fat loss. So we want to build more muscle tissue, okay? Because you'll naturally drop fat. When I first became a fitness instructor, I did not start out as a trainer. A friend offered to get me in at a job at the Y. They were short people, and I said, sure. I don't even know how I said that when I was way overweight, just had a baby 6 months ago, my 4th one. And anyway, I did. And so when I did, I loved it so much. It was such a fun thing for me. Within that first year, I dropped 20 pounds just from working out, being active. And then the fat comes off. I didn't do anything else to try to lose fat. I didn't diet for sure. I've never dieted. But building muscle tissue will help with fat loss, okay? Walking around, sleeping, sitting with an extra 5 pounds of muscle will promote fat loss, okay? That's just the way it goes. If you put 5 pounds on, do not diss it until you know whether it was fat or muscle, okay? Adding muscle tissue raises your metabolism naturally, all right? So all these reasons to strength train, there's no reason not to strength train. There's no real reason not to strength train, okay? Except some people just don't like it, which is why I say find things to push and pull around your house. Rearrange your living room every week. Rearrange a different room every week and then repeat it the next month, whatever it takes. All right, you can strength train your body weight every day as much as you can tolerate. You can do push-ups until you fall to the floor. You can even do body weight squats until you just feel like you can't do any more. There is no problem strength training or working out or being physically active with just your body weight every day. But if you're going to strength train with added weights, which would be dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, anything that's weighted, a medicine ball, Anything that you pull onto your body, a weighted vest, whatever, ankle weights, those are different. That's adding weight to your body. You want to make sure that you strength train 2 to 3 times a week, non-consecutive days for body parts. So you could strength train your lower body today and your upper body tomorrow, and then your lower body the next day again. Okay? You just want to put 24 hours in there to let the muscle tissue recover. Recovery is so important, and I'm not even going to get a chance to talk about that this week. You also need to progressive overload in order to grow muscle tissue. Now, you can start working out and you can feel stronger. It might just mean that you've leaned up the muscle tissue you have. It doesn't mean you grew more muscle tissue. You need to progressive overload in order to start growing more muscle tissue, okay? What that means is if you spent 4 weeks lifting those salt bags, well, let's back that up. If you spent 2 weeks lifting those salt bags 20 times a day, by the 3rd week, you better be going 30 times a day, okay? Just to give you some wild idea, okay? You have to be progressing, because as you get stronger, you've got to make it a little harder for yourself. That's how you progressively overload your muscles, okay? Now, I want to talk about the food that goes with it, because this is really important. When I first became a personal trainer, people used to, I felt shunned, okay? I felt shunned by non-fitness people. Because it was always, oh, you people eat healthy. You people do this. You people do that. And I always wondered why it was always us people. Why didn't everybody want to do that? Because I wasn't a fit person before I started that. I was somebody who'd never walked into a gym or a fitness class in my entire life before until I was 40 years old. And as I look at things now, I realize really everybody should be doing that. And all the people that want to get healthier now, who want to lose body fat and get healthier now naturally, this is the way to go. This is the only way to go. So I don't actually spend a lot of time around people like that anymore, because I spend too much time around helping people who do want to do it. But I want to tell you what I need you to do if you're going to strength train to build muscle tissue. You need to eat the appropriate amount of caloric intake, okay? If you're 240 pounds and you're eating 1,500 calories, do not strength train. Don't do it. You can hurt yourself doing that, okay? You cannot build a house without material. You also need to eat your carbohydrates. You need to eat them, and you need to eat them before and after workouts. And what does that mean, before and after? It means anywhere from 1 to 3 hours before and 10 minutes to 2 or 4 hours after workouts. So that means don't wait till 10 o'clock at night to eat your carbohydrates when you did your workout at 11 a.m., okay? People fret about eating carbohydrates, but if you eat them before and after your workouts, you will never have to fret about them, because they will be put to use like they're supposed to. Whether you're talking about carbs like brown rice or sweet potatoes, which are the ideal things to be eating there, or if you're even talking about the dang candy, okay? If you're not going to stop the candy, eat it before and after your workout. I'm telling you, I've been doing this for over 17 years, and if you're going to eat it anyway, do it then, because it will help you build muscle. I'm telling you, all the pros do it that way, okay? Now, I have a ratio at the bottom of that, and I'm going to read the ratio to you, because the ratio is going to be very helpful to you, and it's really helpful to those of you women who struggle to feel okay with eating carbs, okay? This is really important. Remember, you may be doing certain things out there, and you may be having extra protein, and all of a sudden you may feel stronger, and you are, but it doesn't mean you gained muscle tissue. It just might mean you only strengthened what you have, or got it more healthy, more lean, okay? When you're eating before, and especially after your strength training, you want to have a carb to protein ratio, okay? If you want to easily build muscle mass, the most fun, the best way, the easiest and fastest way is a 3-to-1 ratio. So that is why our football players here at our local school drink chocolate milk after practice. Okay, it's a 3-to-1 ratio of carbohydrate to protein. It will help start that muscle building process. First of all, it stops the catabolic process and right now turns on the anabolic process where you start recovery and start repairing and building that muscle and building new. Okay. That's the 3-to-1 ratios. For every 3 grams of carbohydrate, you have 1 gram of protein. And the most ideal situation for that is a chocolate milk. It's chocolate milk. Okay. A 2-to-1 ratio will help you maintain and build some muscle mass while maintaining your body weight. Okay. So that means that if you're really worried about not wanting to gain any weight, try the 2-to-1 ratio. Okay, black beans are perfect for that. Black beans are a 2-to-1 ratio, and they're not high glycemic, they're moderate. A 1-to-1 ratio, if you want to maintain the muscle mass you have and try for fat loss. Okay, it's not my favorite. I only ever recommend the 1-to-1 ratio with women who are very, very emotionally and mentally nervous about eating carbohydrates. Okay, what that does for me is it helps me to get a little bit of carbohydrate in them along with their protein so they can at least give me moderate efforts. Okay, so I hope that that is helpful to you. I hope that it is informational. I apologize about being late today. I totally forgot today was a work day once we got up to the orientation. But here I am, and if you have any questions, I am always here. This is my favorite subject right here. I wish that I could somehow show you in a movie or a feel or inside my brain or my heart what it was like the first time I started watching women transform by having carbs and protein within 10 minutes of finishing their workout, whether it was in a good hard strength training group class or individually. It was the most cool thing I've ever witnessed in my life, and I'm definitely going to keep promoting that. Number one, it's what should be done. Number two, when women feel good, they're unstoppable. Okay, and that's been my experience with a lot of women. So if you feel stuck, if you feel like I don't really know that that's working for me, I don't know that it's happening for me, reach out to me, okay? And I keep forgetting to put other links in there, but I'm going to put the links in there tomorrow so that you can hop on a call with me, which you can do anytime. It's always in my bio. You can hop on a call. We can talk about where you're at. We can talk about how I can help you get where you should go and what you need to do to be able to get where you want to go regarding your body composition, regarding how you feel, regarding your nutrition. And we'll kind of go from there. So questions. I'll come back and I'll actually put the link in there to schedule a quick call with me. It says it's a 30-minute call. It can be whatever it needs to be, up to 30 minutes, okay? So it doesn't have to be a long call. It can be a 5 or 10 minute. Let me just ask you a couple questions, okay? Have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow. For day 5, we are going to talk about the power of group coaching, okay? And I think that's an important thing to talk about because I find a lot more women get motivated by group coaching. The women who are self-motivated tend to not need to come in. So, not that they don't enjoy it, but they don't need to. So we'll talk about group coaching tomorrow. So have a good night, and I'll see you then.